Homeless. Here's something nobody tells you about being homeless. Monday doesn't exist for you. And for exactly 1 second, that almost sounds like freedom, doesn't it? No meeting at 9 o'clock, no commute, no manager firing off a Slack message at 8:57 asking if you're on your way. It sounds liberating for a heartbeat, but are you happy about it? Not even close. You want it. You want the whole thing. The Monday morning dread, the alarm clock, the rush out the door, the week unfolding in front of you like a sentence you still have to serve. None of that belongs to you. You are completely outside the structure that organizes everyone else's life. But here's the truth. You are not free. You are excluded. And that difference? You feel it every morning, deep in your bones. Monday is the same as Saturday, the same as Thursday, the same as every other day. You wake up and the mission never changes. Find food, find warmth, survive until tonight. Meanwhile, the city moves around you in that sharp, unmistakable Monday rhythm. Suits, coffee cups, earbuds, urgency, eyes fixed forward. And you watch it all from the outside. Everyone else is complaining about Monday. You would trade almost anything just to have something like that to complain about. A week, a schedule, a routine. Those are privileges. You just don't have them yet. Deep poverty. Deep poverty is different, but it has its own kind of Monday too. You wake up and for about 4 seconds, Monday morning is quiet. The apartment is dark. Nobody needs anything from you yet. The coffee is brewing, and that smell alone, just that smell, is enough to make the next 30 seconds feel okay. Maybe even more than okay. Almost peaceful somehow. And then Monday begins for real. You have to be at work by 7 o'clock, not 7:30, not close enough. 7 o'clock. Because your shift starts at 7 o'clock, and if you're late, your manager doesn't send some passive-aggressive email. Your manager docks your pay, so you move fast. You don't sit down for breakfast. You eat standing at the counter because sitting down feels like a luxury, like a choice you cannot afford to make. Every Monday morning becomes a logistics operation with zero margin for error. You didn't design this Monday. Somebody else made the schedule, handed it to you, and that was the deal. Take it or don't work. So you take it every single week without anyone ever asking whether it works for you, because that question was never part of the conversation in the first place. But here's what's real, and it matters. When you walk out the door and the morning air hits your face, and you know that today, somehow, some way, you're going to make it, that you are going to hold this fragile thing together one more time, there is a kind of pride in that. A quiet, private, hard-earned pride that belongs only to you. Nobody sees it. Nobody has to. You know what it costs just to still be standing. And yet, you are still standing, still working, still going. You survive Monday by setting 2 alarms, not because you're afraid the first one won't wake you, but because you need the second one to feel like a choice. Isn't that strange? You need that tiny illusion, that brief moment where getting up feels like something you decided to do, not something the day forced on you. You make $17.50 an hour, and the bus does not wait. Ever. You know that for a fact because you've missed it twice, and both times you ended up walking 40 minutes through whatever kind of weather Monday had in store that week. Cold rain, bitter wind, heavy heat. It didn't matter. So now you leave early. Always early. You're standing at the bus stop before most people on your block are even awake. The street's still quiet, the air still holding on to the night. And while you wait, you think about how your manager doesn't know your middle name, has never asked, and probably couldn't even pick you out of a lineup without your uniform on. That thought sits with you, doesn't it? Then the bus finally arrives and you step on, find your place, and put in your headphones. Your music. For 23 minutes, this commute belongs to you. Nobody can take those 23 minutes away. You even have a playlist made specifically for Monday morning. Not motivational, not loud, not trying too hard. Just the exact songs that make the world feel a little less like a machine you're feeding yourself into. You look out the window as the city slowly wakes up, storefronts lighting up, cars filling the streets, people hurrying into their day. But you're already awake. You're already moving. You're already ahead. That feeling lasts right up until you walk through the door and clock in, and then the cycle starts again. But those 23 minutes, they're yours every Monday, and you guard them like they're the most valuable thing you own, because some weeks, honestly, they are. Lower middle class. Lower middle class Monday starts with something that took longer to earn than you'd like to admit. A real coffee maker. Not instant coffee, not gas station coffee. A machine sitting on your kitchen counter that you bought on sale and still remember the exact price of $79. You remember because back then it didn't feel like a casual purchase. It felt like a decision, a marker, proof of something. You sit at your table in your apartment and drink that coffee, and there is a version of Monday morning here that feels genuinely, almost surprisingly, good. The quiet, the coffee, the light coming through the window. You built this. You pay for this every single month. It's yours, it's stable. And on some mornings, that is more than enough. Then almost automatically, you open your bank app. Force of habit, $3,100. Payday is Friday. You start doing the math, rent, car insurance, utilities, the credit card minimum, and you arrive at a number that technically works, but leaves absolutely no room for anything unexpected, which is fine, right? Nothing unexpected is going to happen this week. Probably. The job waiting for you on Monday morning is not your passion, but it's not your enemy either. It won't light your soul on fire, and it doesn't destroy you. It does something quieter than that, something less glamorous and far more important. It keeps you steady. And stability, you've learned the hard way, is wildly underrated. A coworker is going to complain about Monday for most of the morning, probably before the coffee even cools down. And you're going to smile and let them talk because you remember a time when Monday was much harder than this. You remember when the floor felt less solid, when everything felt less certain. You are not where you want to be yet, not even close maybe, but you can see the direction now. You can feel that your life is at least moving somewhere. And on a good Monday, honestly, that is enough to keep going. Middle class Monday starts with a 9 a.m. meeting that absolutely, unquestionably could have been an email. You know it. Your manager knows it. Everybody on the call knows it. And still, there you all are. 8 little faces arranged on a screen, someone sharing a slide deck full of information every single person already has, and you are nodding along like a professional. You are so good at nodding. It's almost a skill at this point. This is your life, and the strange thing is, it's genuinely not bad. You have a house. You have 2 kids who are loud in the best possible way, the kind of loud that means life is happening. You have coffee you actually enjoy, a neighborhood you picked on purpose, and a salary that pays the bills and even makes room for a vacation every now and then. By almost any global standard, you are doing incredibly well. You know that. You remind yourself of that. Then your kid runs into the kitchen in pajamas and asks if you can take them to school, and you say yes without even glancing at your calendar. And for about 90 seconds, Monday morning becomes the best thing in the world. It's warm, chaotic, messy, alive, and completely yours. Then just like that, you're back on the call, back to nodding. The comfortable lie isn't that your life is bad, because it isn't. Your life is good. The lie is that this, the nodding, the screen, the recurring Monday meeting at 9 o'clock, is the exact version of life you were supposed to want. You think about that for maybe 45 seconds, and then you move on, because you have a 10:30 after this, and the week is already rolling whether you're ready or not. Comfortably rich, comfortably rich. Monday morning begins with no alarm at all. You wake up when your body decides it's done sleeping, which turns out to be 7:40 because apparently your body has excellent taste. You have what people like to call FU money, which means Monday is no longer a sentence handed down to you. It's a question. What do you actually want to do today? Not what are you supposed to do? Not what does the schedule demand? Not what happens if you don't show up? What do you want? It sounds like such a simple question, doesn't it? But it isn't simple at all. Most people never get to ask it, and a surprising number of people who finally can ask it discover they have no idea how to answer. So you make breakfast, real breakfast, the kind that takes 20 minutes, uses more than one pan, and reminds you that time itself has started to belong to you. You sit at the table without a laptop in front of you, and that detail matters more than most people would ever understand. The morning is simply the morning. Just that, nothing more. No inbox demanding your attention, no clock ticking toward a punch-in time, no one waiting for you to log on, show up, or explain yourself. And that feeling, the precise physical feeling of not being waited on, is almost impossible to describe to someone who has never lived it. It settles into your body in a way that feels unreal at first, almost suspiciously light. You have 2 meetings today, but here's the difference. You scheduled both of them. One is with someone you genuinely want to talk to, someone whose conversation might actually sharpen your thinking or brighten your day. The other one, you're already reconsidering it. You might cancel. And the incredible part is you can. You can simply decide a meeting is not worth your time, press cancel, and watch the world keep spinning as if nothing happened. Nobody panics. Nobody reprimands you. Nobody fires you. And that, truly, without a trace of irony, is one of the greatest luxuries money can buy. The freedom to choose what your Monday looks like. Not what it must look like. What you want it to look like. Ultra rich. At the ultra rich level, Monday morning was taken care of long before you even opened your eyes. By Friday afternoon, your personal assistant had already mapped out your week. Your car is waiting outside. Your coffee is already prepared by someone who knows exactly how you take it, which sounds intimate, but mostly feels efficient, polished, seamless. You have a net worth above $50 million, and Monday has become less of a personal experience and more of a logistics category, something other people manage on your behalf. If you let yourself really see it, there's something almost funny about that. You spent years, maybe decades, building a life where Monday would stop being a burden. And you succeeded. Monday is no longer a problem. It is a series of decisions already pre-optimized by a small team of professionals whose job is to remove friction from your week before you ever feel it. You should feel amazing about that, and mostly you do. But there's this other part too, isn't there? The strange part. The part where time itself begins to feel slippery. When you no longer live inside the tension and release everyone else knows. The dread, the grind, the Friday exhale, the reset, one week starts bleeding into the next. You glance up and somehow it's March. You glance again and it's already October. The same insulation that shields you from Monday also shields you from the sensation that time is passing in a way that lands emotionally. You have a meeting in 20 minutes, one you convened yourself, and every single person in that room will be there because you wanted them there. That is real power, and you know it. You also know that when it ends, you'll step back into a day arranged so perfectly it almost hums. And for one brief, flickering second, something will feel missing. You won't be able to name it. You never can. Billionaire. Then there's Billionaire Monday. Someone casually informs you that the market's opened higher. Your net worth increased by $230 million since Friday, before your first coffee. At that point, Monday isn't even a burden, a ritual, or a schedule anymore. It's a concept you have completely transcended. You do not commute. You do not answer to a manager. You do not have a kickoff meeting, a 9 a.m. call, or any recognizable version of a Monday morning at all. What you have instead is a chain of decisions, many of them set in motion weeks ago, that are unfolding right now while the rest of the world sits in traffic, refreshes inboxes, and replies to emails about Q3 deliverables. And here's the irony no one really tells you about at this level. The whole world still runs on Monday. Markets open on Monday. Governments resume on Monday. Every company you own, every investment you hold, every industry you've ever touched, it all restarts on Monday morning. You stand outside the cycle, and yet the cycle exists in some profound way because of you. You don't have a Monday. You are the reason everyone else does. And sometimes, not often, but sometimes, you sit with your coffee in a room so quiet it almost feels sealed off from time, and you think about what Monday used to feel like. You remember when it carried tension, when it meant pressure, when Friday felt earned because something had actually been demanded of you. That feeling used to have weight. It used to mean something. You can buy almost anything now. That part is true. But you learned a long time ago that you cannot buy that feeling back. You cannot purchase the old friction, the sense of effort, the relief of release. Still, Monday morning, in its strange and distant way, reminds you that the feeling once existed. And that reminder lingers longer than you expect, doesn't it? Trillionaire. At the trillionaire level, Monday is not even really a day anymore. It is a variable. Wealth, if we are being honest about what that word even means here, is no longer a number you glance at on a screen. It is infrastructure. It is systems designed years ago that are now running this very Monday morning across 43 countries without requiring a single thought from you. You do not have a net worth the way other people have a net worth. You have architecture. You built the framework inside which everyone else conducts their financial life. That is the scale of it. That is the truth. You might make one phone call today, maybe two, and each one will last 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes. But the people on the other end of those calls will spend the rest of their Monday executing the consequences of those few minutes of your attention. They will hold meetings about it. They will update calendars, revise forecasts, brief teams, shift priorities. Your Monday morning becomes someone else's entire week. There is no irony left here, no cage to point to, no loneliness to turn into poetry. That kind of framing belongs to the levels below this one. At this altitude, the usual categories, freedom, constraint, power, isolation, stop applying in the way they do for everyone else. You are not playing the game. You are not even above the game. You are what the game runs on. While 7 billion people wake up on Monday and try to figure out their place in the financial hierarchy, surviving it, climbing it, escaping it, transcending it, you are the hierarchy, the entire structure. Every level in this story exists inside something you built. And on Monday morning, just like every other morning, it runs exactly as designed.